Derrick, this is your dad. I was trying to think of what to do for your birthday, and I thought that going over the day you were born would be a good idea, so I'm going to do that. Two most important days of my life was when you were born and when Michaela was born. And even though it's been 23 years, I can still remember a lot of the details like it was yesterday, so here it goes. Me and your mom were still living at Grandma and Grandpa's house because we were waiting on our house to close. They were building it and it was fixing to close. Well, it was 5 o'clock in the morning and your mom woke me up, her water had broke. So we jumped up, my heart was beating real fast, and I thought, man, I'm going to have a baby in a few hours. Well, we got all dressed real quick and went up to the hospital. Well, we were up there, and we went in, and Grandma and Grandpa followed us. They got there shortly after, and little did we know at the time that your mom was going to be in labor 19 hours with you. So we got up there, and they were going to give your mom an epidural, but they wouldn't do it because it was too soon. So he kept waiting. Your mom was hurting bad, having contractions, but she wouldn't come. So finally, after several hours, they induced labor. And we waited and waited, and your mom was having contractions, and you still wouldn't come. Well, Grandma came in the room, and she was there about 2 or 3 minutes, and your mom started having bad contractions. And she got kind of woozy and kind of staggered back against the wall, and she's going to pass out. You know, she's a pretty tough lady, but I think just seeing Jenny, your mom, hurting that bad was too much for her. She left the room a little bit shortly thereafter, and a little bit after that, Grandpa came in. I remember the look in his eye, seeing your mom hurting that bad. I could tell it really bothered him. And he left. A little bit later, a couple hours later, somebody came and said, your mom's here, talking about my mom. She got a bag of food for me. So I go in there, I go out there for a minute, and she's handing me a Snickers bar and 2 bananas. So I'm starving to death, so I take my Snickers bar real quick, and I get a banana on me, go back in. I think Grandma was back in there then, and your mom was still in labor with you. And by the way, don't ever offer somebody in labor a bite of your banana while she's in labor, because it doesn't go very well. Anyway, Grandma was in there and I was in there, and of course your mom was in there. And it had been time off and on, which next time you see your mom, you may give her a hug, because you know that was a lot of labor she was in, and it just lasted a long time, took a lot out of her. Well, let's see. Time went on, and finally, you know, everybody's up there, and Grandma's up there, and all the family started showing up, my family and friends, few friends, and as the night went on, we didn't think you were ever going to come. We just about, you know, I just think, oh my gosh, and I kept worrying, is there something going to be wrong? Because you know what a warrior I am. So Dr. McClanahan shows up and checks and then leaves. Well, at about 12:37, 12:36, a little before that, it was time for you to come. You finally started coming, but you kind of stalled out, so they took forceps and pulled on your head, and here you came. And my heart was beating unbelievable. I remember your head was shaped like a cone head, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, because I'd never seen a little baby, but I was in there, and they cleaned you up and quickly put a hat on you so you didn't look as bad. But they handed the baby to the nurse, took you out, and checked you, and brought you back later. And I held you for the first time. And I think your mom held you for very little time because she was by then pretty much wiped out. Well, they took you off to the nursery, and as the night went on, it was 12:36 or 7 in the morning. I'm not exact on that. Everybody kind of cleared out, and I was going to stay with your mom. And they had a chair in there, and I sat down in the chair, and I was holding your mom's hand, and she was asleep. And she looked probably about as beautiful as I'd ever seen her, but it really took a lot out of her. I remember worrying all night, worrying about her because she was so drained, so I'd watch her for a while. I couldn't sleep. And then I'd get up and go to the nursery and look at you, make sure you were still all right. So I did that back and forth all night. Well, the next morning, I had to get up because they had called about the closing of the house. So I had to go to Greenwood, to Omer Real Estate, and meet them and sign my part of the papers. And I had to take them up to the hospital for your mom to sign the papers, and then go back and give them to the real estate agent. So we actually finally had our house. So later that day, that morning, about mid-morning, we got to take you home. Well, we had just closed the house, so we didn't have any furniture in there. Grandma and Grandpa had bought you a baby bed, and we had a mattress. And if I remember right, I think Grandpa and me put the baby bed together while your mom was with your grandma. So we got the bed together, and by then I was kind of tired. And I remember we finally came home, came in our new house, and we were just so tired, both of us. But we put you in the baby bed, and we put the mattress right by the baby bed because people had us scared. We were first-time parents. People kept talking about SIDS, sudden death baby deal, and you know how I worry. So I'm sitting there all night and watching you, make sure you didn't quit breathing. And that was pretty much it on your first day in this world. Since then, been 23 years. It's been like a big roller coaster ride. It's been a blast, kind of scary, but it's just hard to believe it's been 23 years. I remember that day like it was yesterday. You're a foot taller than me now, and all grown up, but I'll always be there for you, and I'll always love you. Happy birthday.
Hey Derek, hope you're having fun up in California. I'm sure you'll love it because I know I did. And I just wanted to say happy birthday. I can't believe you're 23, but time flies, and it's just crazy to think that. But yeah, happy birthday. Have fun. Bring me back something. I'm just kidding, but yeah, love you.